Good evening. Can you imagine being in the situation that Zacchaeus found himself in? In our Bible reading this week, we're reading about Zacchaeus, and most of you probably know the story. It's an interesting interaction that he has. To Zacchaeus' surprise, he found himself with a surprise house guest, Jesus, the Son of God. It's interesting, though, that Zacchaeus didn't show up that day to invite Jesus over. He simply came that day to climb a tree and see this man from afar, just to get a glimpse of him. He wasn't there to invite him over. Yet in verse 5, Jesus comes over to him and says, "Zacchaeus, come down from the tree. I'm staying at your house today." Imagine the thoughts and the situation that likely unfolded at that moment. My house isn't ready for Jesus. I can imagine Zacchaeus running home and telling Mrs. Zacchaeus, "We got to clean the house, pick up all the toys that the kids left out, put the sheets on the guest bed, get a meal going. Jesus is coming over right now." Obviously, I don't know anything about Zacchaeus' home life. But do you think he was ready for a surprise visit from the Son of God? Zacchaeus had a surprise guest come to his house. He had no time to dress it up, to make it look nice. Jesus came over and saw his house exactly the way he left it and the way he lived in it every single day. Ready or not, Jesus was coming over. Now, let's put ourselves in Zacchaeus' little shoes for a minute. Is your house ready for Jesus to come? Now, for you, I'm not talking about it being clean or having all the toys put away or anything like that. If Jesus made a surprise visit to your house tonight, would you be happy with what he walked into? Are you living a life for Christ just while you're here on Sunday and Wednesday, or do you live it at home when nobody's looking? When Jesus got there, what kind of shows would he find if he turned on your TV and looked at your DVR? Would he watch them with you? What would he have to say about the calendar that's hanging on your refrigerator? Is there any time for him on it? What would he say about the way you're raising your kids and the example that you set for them? Would he have something to say about the way you treat your spouse? Is Jesus, God, and or the Bible discussed in your home? What would Jesus see if he came to your house unannounced? Would it be an environment that you felt happy and comfortable inviting him into? It's kind of a scary thought. Zacchaeus had a surprise house guest. With no time to dress it up and look nice, Jesus saw it exactly the way he left it, exactly the way he lived in it. Ready or not, Jesus was coming. The way that we live our lives when no one is looking is important. It says everything about the kind of person we are and about the kind of Christian that we are. One day, Jesus is coming back. He's going to come and he's going to look in our homes and he's going to look in our hearts, and we will have no time to dress them up and make them look nice and clean. He's going to look at it the way we left them. He's going to look in our hearts exactly the way we live every single day. He will see it exactly the way it is. Are you ready for that surprise visit? Is your heart in a state where you feel comfortable inviting Jesus in to come and take a look? We need to be sure our hearts are in that good state, that they're clean, that they're pure, ready for him to come. Because when he comes and looks into them, our eternity depends on what he finds. We need to be ready. If you can look at your heart and you feel that way, that you don't feel like it's clean, you feel like if Jesus came in tonight, you would not like what he saw, and he wouldn't like what he saw, clean it up. We have time now knowing a guest will come to our home. Let's get ready. Jesus will come. We don't know when. The Bible tells us he'll come like a thief in the night. Whenever that is, let's be ready. If you need to get ready, I encourage you to use this time you still have now to do so. There are plenty of people here who are willing and able to help you to clean up your life or to do anything that you need to do to get ready for Jesus' return. If you need prayers or encouragement of any kind, I encourage you to come forward now as we stand and sing.